Hey, how's it going? My name is Saba. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Veed.io, and I'm here to tell you to not start a startup. It is the single hardest thing you will ever do in your life. You'll spend hours doing it. You'll often fail. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill, and it takes such a toll on you. However, if you manage to get through all of those hurdles, there are great things waiting for you on the other side. Today, I want to tell you about my story, how I came up with the idea for the company that I co-founded with my co-founder Tim, and also what some of the journey was like and the ups and downs and the hardship that we went through to get the company to where it is today. So first, I want to take us all the way back to 2016, where we got the idea for the company. And in 2016, if you asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I probably would have said a YouTuber. I loved YouTube, I loved content creation, and I was amazed by the audiences that people were able to connect with through video, through platforms like YouTube. So I wanted to do the same. I used to make videos around technology. So in this video, I made my own Snapchat spectacles. And the idea was I couldn't get the Snapchat spectacles in the UK, so I decided to make my own. However, the thing that I felt was holding me back making more content was the editing interface. It was incredibly hard. It was so difficult to kind of learn. And I'm a really technical person. I can code, I went to art school, I can use all of the Adobe package with no problem at all. But editing videos just felt incredibly hard. And I thought there's so many people out there that want to be creating content, but can't because of barriers like this. And also, I have a MacBook Pro, but if you don't have that, the software doesn't even run. So I kind of wanted to do something about it. So I sketched out what I thought would be a really simple online video editing platform, a place where you can upload a video, you can merge together a few clips, add text and images, and that was the basic functionality. And the idea would be that it would be in the browser. This way it would be collaborative, no need to install anything. And that was the kind of image and the picture that I really wanted to kind of move towards. So me and my co-founder Tim, we sat down one day, we quit our jobs, we put all the money we ever had into one bank account, which was the best part of maybe 15,000, 20,000 pounds, and we started building. So at this point, we're kind of going through the motions of company building. We get an office at the university that Tim's at. We start entering pitch competitions and actually start winning some of them. We also hire 2 junior engineers who just graduated university to help us build the product. But slowly but surely, with our limited budget, living in a city like London, funds start to run low pretty quickly. The bank account's coming down to about £1,000, and we think this is probably a good time to go out and raise some money. So we go out to investors and we're like, hey, do you want to back us? Do you want to join on the journey? But we got no joy. No one wanted to back us. No one wanted to know who we were. And it was pretty tough times. Things start unraveling at this point. The 2 engineers that we hired could see the writing on the wall. They both quit and got proper jobs. We were in a VC's office and they kicked us out because we weren't going anywhere. We failed to raise any money. And effectively, me and my co-founder Tim, we ran out of cash. And that was really hard times. And I remember kicking this wall out of pure, not just frustration, but to solidify in my mind how hard it is to actually start a company. So many hours went into what we've been trying to build. We put all our money into it and nothing felt like it got off the ground. And it was really, really dark and hard times. So what happens next is my co-founder Tim, he gets a job and then he gives me half of his salary every single month so I can continue building the product. He's also working mornings, evenings and weekends as well. And slowly but surely, in this really tough time, we managed to get our MVP out and launch the initial version of our product. Things are pretty tough. We're knackered, I'm knackered, Tim's knackered, and I get a knock on the door from a recruiter and I end up joining another startup myself because I need to get some salary in and I need to kind of relax a bit and gain some energy back after losing it all through the last 9 months of hell, basically. At this time, Tim's working full time, I'm working full time, and we put all the money that we get again into a single pot that starts adding up. After this 9 months of working at this other startup, our traffic actually starts picking up and we start growing to about 30,000 monthly users. And we thought, things are now looking pretty good for us. And what we thought was we're going to go and do this again full time and we're going to go all in one more time. But this time we want to do it properly. We want to make sure that we give our chance the highest chance of success. So what we decided to do is apply for a very famous startup accelerator called Y Combinator. We put in our application, didn't think too much about it. And to our amazement, we got an interview. So we jump on a flight, we go to San Francisco, we're prepping, we're doing interview questions. At this point, we've both quit our jobs now and we are fully in. The dream now is to go to San Francisco, to go into Y Combinator, to finish, to raise a Series A and be the next big unicorn company. We walk into the interviews, we're quite nervous, but we answer all their questions. And we think we did a pretty good job. Like, we've shown we're gritty, we've shown we're committed, we've shown that we can build the product, and we've shown we can get users. And the way that Y Combinator works is pretty simple. If you get in, later that evening, they give you a phone call. If you don't get in, you get an email. So that evening, me and Tim are waiting, we're kind of checking our emails, we're checking our phone, making sure we have signal, and a rejection email comes in. And we're like, oh my God, after all of this, it felt so bad. And we just didn't know what to do with ourselves. So we had a few drinks, we drowned our sorrows. That was it. We thought, no more Y Combinator. That dream is over. We've got limited money in the bank. What are we going to do? But we had an idea. The idea was, the reason why Y Combinator rejected us, that we thought, looking at an email that they sent us, was because we weren't charging our users. We thought that if we could charge our users over the weekend, we could go back to Y Combinator on Monday and say, hey, will you reconsider our application? So that weekend, we open our laptops, we're coding away, we built an account, we put a payment flow in, and to our amazement, we launched it, and boom, the first $5 in revenue comes in to Veed. And this is a pretty monumental moment for us. We've been working all this time and the first $5 come in. So we go back to Y Combinator on the Monday and we say, hey, will you reconsider us? Like, we've shown that we've got the energy, we've shown we're gritty, we've shown we can build products, we can take feedback on, we can move fast. Will you reconsider? And we got another rejection from Y Combinator, which technically isn't possible. And they said, no, just apply again next batch. So I just want to recap the amount of sand that me and my co-founder have eaten over the 1.5 years of trying to start our startup. We failed to raise money. We got kicked out of our office. The 2 engineers that we hired to join us both quit on the same day. We worked for 9 months at other companies while saving all of that money. We burned through our savings. We flew to the other side of the world to get into a startup accelerator and got rejected, not once, twice. And I think at this point, a lot of people would probably throw in the towel. They'll think that, maybe starting a startup isn't for them. But you know what? Me and Tim thought, let's just go and do it. Let's just get on with it. And so at this point, we just made our first ever piece of revenue. So we're actually feeling quite good about it. And that revenue just keeps coming in. More people keep signing up and more revenue starts coming in. Because we started charging for the product, our users got a lot more articulate with us about what they loved about the product and what they disliked about it. And that gave us this energy to go in and build the things that our users really wanted. So things started going even better after that. And not long after we got that first dollar, maybe 4 or 5 months later, we reached what is called ramen profitability. And what ramen profitability is basically when you're making enough money to sustain yourselves and the cost of running your product that you don't need to work for anyone. So at this point, we don't have to go to contract jobs anymore. We don't have to get any funding. We've got more than enough money that we need to be able to continue building this product and developing it as we go. And that was a really cool moment. A lot of people ask me at this point, hey, what do you do to grow so fast? What was it? At the point of that Y Combinator rejection, I went full-time on growth. That's all I did. I was on Quora every single day answering questions. I made loads of YouTube videos for the Veed YouTube channel. I wrote loads of blog posts. I was posting about the product on Facebook, launching the product on Product Hunt, and also building tools that will help funnel more people into the Veed product. About 7 months after that rejection, we then hit 50,000 in monthly recurring revenue in US dollars. And this is a crazy amount. As someone who's never earned more than $5,000-$6,000 a month, this kind of blew my mind. And with this, we could start assembling a team and building better products and putting more resources on it. So all of that money would then be funneled straight back into the product, continue hiring, continue building, and continue making the product even better. And exactly 1 year after that Y Combinator rejection, we hit 1 million in annual recurring revenue. This is the famous $83,333 in monthly recurring revenue. And this felt like such an important milestone. A lot of people say once you pass 1 million in ARR, this is when you have product market fit. I personally didn't feel like we had product market fit, but I was incredibly proud of where we got to. At this point, Investors are flooding my inbox. They want to get a piece of the pie. They want to know more about Veed. They want to know more about what we're building. And I just kind of felt so burnt that 12 months earlier, we were just struggling so much to just even stay alive, that I thought, you know what, this isn't for me. With that kind of revenue, the team can now expand a lot bigger. And at this point, we're probably about 30, 40 people. And don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. And at this point, things really start snowballing. COVID is in full swing. People are making content at home. We're now just knocking down milestone after milestone after milestone. And it was a really exciting time. And then exactly 4 months after that first 1 million ARR, we hit 2 million. And this is about $160,000 every month, which is beyond my wildest expectations. And at this point, it felt like we had this thing called product market fit. And product market fit is basically when you've built a product and you've found a way to distribute that product to users at scale, and that they're also willing to pay for it. And it's this incredible Goldilocks zone, which is part art and part science. And it's so hard to reach. But when you've reached there, things just keep going and things just kind of click and things kind of work. Since that point, Veed has grown far, far bigger and beyond our wildest expectations. We eventually raised a funding round from Sequoia Capital about, I think a year after this point. And the tool has blossomed. It's a fully collaborative online video editor. And I use it to edit all my YouTube videos here that I do, that you're watching right now. If you have any questions about this journey, about Veed, about things that you want me to make in the future, just drop them in the comments. I really enjoy making them. And yeah, please subscribe if you enjoyed this content as well. Okay, that's everything for today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.